Hi everyone, my name is Spikes Parker Bennett and I've been listening to audio dramas since I was in high school. That's my resume. That's my entire resume. Really got nothing else going on. Today, I'm reviewing season 1 of The STRATA, a show about a cyborg courier named Rust who learns the importance of love and friendship. It was written by Mark R. Healy and premiered in 2021. The first season consists of 6 fairly short episodes. This review has spoilers! Ah! This show was recommended to me by a member of the podcast book club Discord server, and I'd never heard of it before, so I went in completely blind. The cover art is of this manly guy in blue lighting staring at the viewer, so that, paired with the mysterious title, gave me the impression that it was some kind of superhero thing. Well, it's not, but it has this gritty, over-the-top vibe that I think could make for an interesting comic book. On my first listen, what stuck out immediately was the deepness of Rust's voice. He talks like a movie trailer guy or Jensen Ackles in the latest seasons of Supernatural. You know, Castiel, Dean, Castiel, Dean. The show starts out with a bang when Rust immediately gets attacked by some people trying to steal the package he's delivering. Because I'm not really into action, I wasn't sure if I was going to like this one. But when it was revealed that Rust is basically just a head on an awesome robot body, I was all in. Unfortunately, his awesome robot body is, rusting, so he needs to call his estranged great-granddaughter and convince her to give him her organs. It's a long story. About 6 episodes. So, let's get into what I liked about the season. The audio production was good, as to be expected of a Fable and Folly show, which is as close to the big leagues as you can get in the tiny world of audio drama. The voice acting is also solid, if a little melodramatic at times. In terms of writing, it's fast-paced and punchy, with every episode ending on a moment that hooked me in to find out what happened next. If you like stories about grumpy old men with a sensitive side getting beaten up and then patched back together, this is for you. It's essentially a 6-episode character study of Rust learning to be less of a deadbeat dad. Deadbeat granddad. Deadbeat great-granddad. And more of a communist? Maybe? Not quite. Less of a dick for sure. It's cute. It's sweet. There's inexplicably a wombat in it. People love wombats. Not me, because I'm comedically biased against the country of Australia, but people. I also appreciated the way the state of the city mirrors Rust's own internal dilemma. Near the end, Rust has a conversation with a cop about whether the city is worth saving. He states that there are plenty of people who want to bulldoze the whole place and start again. But the cop says, down here, there's a heart. Buried under a mountain of shit, but it's still there. You can see how this is commentary on whether Rust himself can be saved. Does he have a heart under all his shit? Is it worth it to abandon his morals to get money for the bio replacements he needs to survive, or should he let himself rust? Nice. I just thought it was neat. I also appreciated the way that Rust is such a flawed protagonist. Even when he decides to stop the drug transportation, the reason he stops is because he liked the feeling he got when others looked at him with admiration. He keeps thinking back to the hug he got from Jimena for saving Carlita's life. This man is very externally motivated, and when he's nice, it's because he likes praise. I appreciate that. I'm more interested in a guy who does the right thing for selfish reasons than a guy who does the right thing because of some innate moral code. His foil is the cop character, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember his name, who has all these grand ideals of making the city a better place, and the way he chooses to go about it is by being a cop? Okay. It's an interesting commentary on the relationship between action and intent. Now for the parts that didn't hit. Let's talk about gender. Scary. Rust is a manly man. However, contrary to what the cover art led me to expect, he's not exactly a male power fantasy. He's a total loser and kind of an asshole, but not in a cool way, just in a depressing way. He constantly gets the shit kicked out of him. His story is about learning to be more caring. Okay, that's cute. But how does the show treat its female characters? Badly. There are 4 main female characters in Season 1. There's Sienna, who's Rust's friend, love interest, person who inexplicably puts up with him and cleans up his messes even though he has bad vibes and is just kind of unpleasant to be around. There's his dead wife, Lucia, who is dead. She only exists as a plot device. Rust's whole motivation behind this "I'm gonna abandon my family and turn into a robot" gig is, my wife died of cancer. Sure man, that's one way to cope. Finally, there are Jimena and Carlita, who are also empty vessels created only for Rust's character development. Jimena is Rust's great-granddaughter and Carlita is her daughter. Jimena's personality is being related to Rust and being a caring mother, and Carlita's personality is being an archetypical cute kid. They serve to guilt trip him into no longer being a drug trafficker. Another issue I have with the series is the lack of narrative consequences for Rust. People just keep giving him second chances when he inevitably fucks up. This can be seen in how Jimena keeps telling him, "Get out of my life, I'm not going to speak to you anymore," and then by the next episode always has a change of heart. Dull. Boundaries. We talked about this. That old man is not good for you. He also basically kills a guy's wife by refusing to sell him the cure for her illness, but the guy isn't pissed at him at all. In fact, they become buddies. The police keep searching him and conveniently finding nothing. He double-crosses a drug lord and gets off scot-free. He illegally transports a wombat and nobody's like, "Oh my god, where's my wombat? I miss my wombat." Finally, by the end of the series, he decides to keep his old disintegrating body instead of getting the fancy new BioWare, which, okay. It means he's gonna die in 5 years, but I think it would have packed more emotional punch if we got to see more of the immediate consequences, like coughing, wincing, throwing up, bleeding everywhere, blood on the walls, blood on the floor, 15 dead. Anyway, the season is called The End of Rust, so why is he still alive by the end of it? I think that seeing him really reach rock bottom before having his change of heart would have made his character arc more satisfying. Like, say he refuses to get the cure for Carlita. Carlita dies, and Jimena never speaks to him again. Then, it's more powerful when he decides to start doing his little Robin Hood act. This packs more of an emotional punch than some side characters' unnamed wife dying. Also, again with the dead wives. I realize that all my suggested changes are just, let's make the show more depressing, and I stand by that, because I love pain, and I love suffering. Just wait until we get to the Silt Versus review. I'm gonna be as happy as a duck on a doormat. To conclude, you will like the STRATA Season 1 if you like old men, action movies, comic books, science fiction, pronouncing words correctly. Let me try that again. Science fiction, cyborgs, hurt comfort, wump, short and professionally produced podcasts you can listen to in a day. From discussion I've read online, the latest seasons really lean into world building and create a complex, interconnected story dealing with themes of class difference. Ultimately, I had fun listening to the STRATA. It was a good way to spend a day. I might listen to the second season. No, I won't. Low-key, no, I won't. I'm not gonna. Okay, if someone makes a really compelling argument in the comments about how the Strata is their favorite audio drama, I will consider listening to season 2. And that can be my beautiful redemption arc, where I die at the end. It's called The End of Me. Cause I did enjoy Deadbeat Robot Grandpa. I'm just not sure if the rest of the series is gonna be stop saying negative things, you're digging yourself into a hole. Next time, I'm gonna be reviewing Willow, so that's a show about magic and cooking, and you can subscribe if you are interested. Thank you!